An extension of critical success factors is what are called key result areas. Your key result areas in any job or position are the specific outcomes or results that you have been hired to achieve in your job. Your performance in your key result areas determines your pay, your promotion, and your prestige in your company. Your ability to clearly identify your key result areas and to organize them by priority is absolutely essential to your achieving mastery in your field. All truly lucky people are very, very good at doing the one or two things that make all the difference in their work. A key result area can be defined as a specific outcome for which you are completely responsible. It is measurable and it is under your control. If you don't do it, it doesn't get done. A key result area is an output of your job and an input for someone else's job. It's an integral part of the functioning of the organization. For example, if you're in sales, a key result area is closing the sale and getting the check. Once you've done this, the complete order becomes an input for the order department, the accounting department, the manufacturing, distribution, and delivery departments. If you don't do it, it doesn't get done. And if you do it and do it well, it affects and influences the behavior and performance of a whole series of other people. Each key result area has a standard of performance of some kind. It may be vague, or it may be clear. Your job is to set standards of excellent performance in each of your key result areas. It's therefore essential that you are perfectly clear about the most important results that you are expected to contribute to your organization. Then, you determine the areas in which you must absolutely, positively be excellent in order to perform at your very best in those key areas. Another way of defining your key result areas is by asking, what are the specific results for which I am the most highly paid and rewarded? Of all the things that I do, which are the things that I do that are the most important to the organization? Why exactly am I on the payroll? By determining and defining your key result areas by asking these questions, and then by organizing them in order of priority from the most important to the least, you now have a track to run on in your career. Your job now is to discipline yourself to become very, very good at doing the one or two things for which you are judged and evaluated the most highly by others. All of your success in your career will come from excellent performance in the key result areas that are most important to your boss and to your company at the time. All of your problems in your career will come from inadequate performance in one or more of these areas. Here's an exercise for you. Write down everything that you feel that you've been hired to accomplish. Take this list to your boss and ask your boss to organize the list by priority. Have your boss tell you what he or she considers to be the most important thing that you have been hired to do. What is the second most important, the third most important, and so on. From that moment onward, use this list as your operating plan with your boss. Continually update it in discussion with your boss. Be sure that every minute of every day you are working on what your boss and your company considers to be the most valuable contribution you can make to the organization. And then commit yourself to doing it very, very well and getting better and better. The law of incremental improvement is a key factor in the luck of all successful people. It says that you get better little by little and bit by bit. It says that all excellence and mastery in any field is a long, laborious process of tiny, incremental advances, each one of which may be imperceptible, but in accumulation they add up to mastery of your field. When I was growing up, I had very low self-esteem and tremendous feelings of inferiority. It never even occurred to me that I could be good at anything. When I saw other people who were at the top of their fields, I admired and respected them and simultaneously felt diminished and inferior. I felt that they were somehow of a higher order of being than I was. I concluded that somehow they'd been blessed with intelligence and skills and abilities that I was lacking. I sold myself short and I settled for mediocre performance for many years. But then I had a revelation. It occurred to me that every single person has the ability to be excellent at something. and that excellence was a journey, not a destination. One did not jump from mediocrity to excellence overnight. It was a long, slow process that anyone could embark upon and eventually reach the goal. And here's the key point. Everyone who is at the top in your field was once at the bottom. Everybody who is at the front of the line today was once at the back of the line. Everyone who is at the top of the ladder of success was once at the bottom of the ladder and climbed up one rung at a time. Remember, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. All that matters is where you're going. And you can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you can set for yourself. The Japanese revolutionized their war-torn economy in the 50s and 60s with what they called the Kaizen principle. The word Kaizen in Japanese means continuous betterment. Just as Emile Coué, the Swiss doctor, achieved remarkable cures by teaching people to say, "Every day in every way, I am getting better and better," the Japanese applied the same idea to their industrial enterprises. Every single person in every Japanese company is encouraged to continually look for ideas in what is called their line of sight that can improve the process in some way. In your line of sight, right where you are, you can probably see all kinds of ways to do the job faster and more efficiently. And since it's easier to get forgiveness than permission, your job must be to continually look for and implement new ideas that improve the way things are being done, especially ways that improve the way customers are being served. Today, there's a lot of talk about the rich. However, this is the wrong word. Instead of the word rich, you should use the word productive. People are not paid high salaries because they are rich. They are paid high salaries because they are highly productive. You could even use words like efficient, effective, excellent, or extremely valuable. You attract rewards and riches by being the kind of person who deserves rewards and riches. And if you are eventually paid a lot of money for what you do, it will be directly as the result of design, not chance. Luck will have nothing to do with it. Do you want a salary increase? It's easy to get one. Just become very good at what you do. The better you get at your job, the more likely it is that they will pay you more to stay with your organization. And if your current company won't pay you more, some other company will come along and offer you more. One of the best ways for you to get a salary increase is for you to be hired away by another company because of your reputation for doing such an outstanding job. And believe me, everyone knows who the top performers are in every company. I've worked over the years with executive recruiters and personnel consultants. They're continually called upon by companies to find good people for them. They keep files on the best people in various companies and various industries, and they continually upgrade their files. When someone asks them for a top manager, a top executive, or a top salesperson, they check their files and they ask their contacts who the top people are in the current marketplace. Then they go after those people and try to hire them away for their clients by offering them more money. Sometimes I ask my audiences a very painful question. I ask them how many of them have been offered a job in the last 30 days. Perhaps 10% or 15% of the people in the audience will raise their hands. I then point out that the top people in every field are continually receiving job offers. It's as though they have set up a force field of magnetism that attracts new and better job opportunities into their lives. Executive recruiters, personnel consultants, and even employers phone them at work and phone them at home in the evenings and on the weekends. They're constantly being approached by people who are trying to hire them away by paying them more money and giving them more opportunities. And this is the track that you must be on if you're going to realize your full potential in our competitive economy. The difference between the person who earns $25,000 per year and the person who earns $250,000 per year is not 10 times the skill, ability, intelligence, or hours of work. It is often a very marginal difference in performance in the critical success factor areas that equates to enormous differences in income and rewards.